Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream. It's been a mess lately to be able to stream, but I finally managed to get a Sunday off. And I already have to work next Sunday, so there probably won't be a stream. But we are finally getting around to Zephyr's strange set of releases On a Distant Moon and Moon Game, and it helps if I actually have focus on the ZZT window. And these other 4 worlds. But don't worry, we're not playing 6 full-length games here tonight. These first 4 are hype worlds, which were posted on the Discord while this game was in development as a way to, get some attention. And I guess it worked because, I don't know, everybody's been telling me I need to play this, and I wanted to play it, and it's been taking me forever to get to play it. So let's run down our countdown worlds, and then we have something called Moon Game, and I'm still not sure what that is, other than it's not On a Distant Moon, which is the main course, as it were. So let's just see what happens here. I know these hype boards are 2 boards tops, so that should be quick. Let's get going. So this is pretty. Ah, okay. Heck yes, initiate the hype drive. I mean, I'm so glad I don't have to wait until October 9th. Because I am instantly intrigued by this. Also, yeah, I don't... The way ZZT orders things is very strange. It's worth, looking into on its own. Which actually I think has to do with just Pascal's file reading capabilities. I don't know. It's kind of a mess. If you get, a long list of ZZT games, they'll be, somewhat alphabetical. And then there'll be a second set of alphabetical, but it's not even a capital A, lowercase a thing. It's just weird. Anyway, that was 4 dashes. Let's check out 3 dashes. I may have messed up. Just a little. Tiny bit there. There were arrows, so I can probably steer. Let's try that this time. Okay, that's a little better. Do I catch these things that are moving, the flashing gems? Boy. I'm not sure if I crashed into the gem or into the wall is the problem. Okay, I definitely crashed into the gem. Do I get ammo? Can I shoot? Alright, I'm just gonna assume that we shouldn't crash into things. Period. I really love this sort of fiery crash effects. I actually want to slow it down and see what it's doing, because the game over just moves things at maximum possible speed. Yeah, hang on. I forgot to cheat for health before saving. Okay, now I will not be in a game over state. Let's see here, what's going on? There's definitely slimes, that's what the little asterisks are. And then it's just changing those breakables into red water. It's a surprisingly good effect. It's a very fiery explosion. I'm going to assume that I'm done there and move on to 2. This looks less lethal. Boy, well, okay. Can I collect the gems? Alright, I'll try one more time to collect the gems. There's definitely like a little bit of latency between when you hit a gem and you can do anything else if that's the case. Okay, that wasn't like a shrill panic alarm. That's just you collected something. No! What a way to go. Okay, I guess I'm just not good at this. I panicked. Uh-oh. I have to immediately steer to unpause. This is my own fault for constantly trying to thread the needle here and just like make these tight turns. Okay. Continued hype. Yeah, I'm kind of gonna be doomed when I get around to playing those games. Okay, actually onto 2. I'm going to catch some stars. It's like the most intense Pong I've ever seen. Y'all excited for October 9th yet? I can't believe I got through the rest of that in like one attempt. Okay. I see. The robot talked, and I am on board for that. That is some 5-dimensional talk engine ZZT. Okay. Now we move on to Moon Game, which was Moon Game actually October 9th? Okay. So Moon Game was October 8th. So let's figure out what this one is. So how did everybody suddenly get really good with their ZZT music? Because it seems like every game now has like these beautiful title screens with these great themes. So this claims to be On a Distant Moon, but this is Moon Game. Do not be deceived. Oh, here we are in space, making progress. Okay. There's a thing and ammo, maybe? That is indeed ammo. Is that a red door? I hate ZZT's doors. They were a mistake. Good job, me. Sure hope I didn't break anything. Okay, we got some yellow borders and some ammo. And this little odd piece here. I guess this is the end of space. That's a good way to mark it off. That's a triangle. Ah. This is game over. So I guess I as well bring it up now that for October, Will, who is Stale Meme Emporium here, decided to host a game jam called Octroberfest for making troll games. This is probably one of the entries. Oh, I love this. All these little stars are just line walls that don't have anything else connected. So if you have two of them touch, it just starts forming this line. It's beautiful. Where's the blue key? Aha! So now we can get in here through the blue door. What do you think? Yes. The old fake scroll. Gets them every time. Moving on. Is that just a ruffian? Yep. Is this our spaceship? Alright, we won. So that was Moon Game. Did not quite live up to that October 9th hype, but that's why it's an October 8th game. So now we're on to the actual game. So let's get back to the quality. Alright, here we go. On to the real deal now. Uh-oh. That's not looking good. A distant moon, created by Zephyr. CC will help. Karo, Sazzy, Rabbit Boots, testing. Karos and Rabbit Boots. Special thanks. Sweeney, Jansen, Das, Will, Lancer, Kev, Discord, ZZT, Discord of ZZT, Family, You. Special curses to COVID-19 and Mean Girls Games, a garbage company. See on adistantmoon.txt for more information about development. I haven't seen that text file because it very quickly says, hey, if you scroll past this point, there's going to be spoilers for the game. So I have no information at this time. Oh, that's interesting. In case you can't deal with PC speaker sound effects, if you don't like your square waves, sound on. Let's go. Warning for photosensitive players. This game contains animations which may create flashing effects. Please be advised. Touch the dot again to begin. And that's Burger Digital, the cool new ZZT company. And we have low fuel, so I don't know if we can initiate our hype drive. You should have refueled before you left, but you were in a hurry. You're always in a hurry. Why are you always in a hurry? Your best bet is to find help on that moon. Your computer says there's a small research station on the surface. Oh, that is such a clever landing sequence. If you looked closely there, you probably saw little carrot characters, which are just ZZT sharks. And so that was taking advantage of the stat limit in ZZT, so that when it changed sharks into walls... Right, no. Maybe it wasn't. I think actually ignore what I said entirely. We were getting rid of stats, not adding them. Never mind. It was still a very cool landing sequence. I just explained it horribly wrong. Whoa. As soon as I moved, that surface got much more detailed. Alright, let's go. Good news, we didn't instantly die. I am being pushed south as I hold right here. Now I... Oh, hey. And our spaceship has been stolen by a robot. What the heck? You can see the research station, but there's no obvious entrance and no clear path from here. You'll have to find a way inside. There are hostile lunar creatures everywhere. Press shift in a direction to shoot. Okay, I'm guessing I have infinite ammo, judging by the fact that I have 1 ammo. And now I still have 1 ammo. Let's, okay, yeah, I will agree to that. Take advantage of that ricochet. Oh, don't take advantage of that ricochet. Oh, actually, it gives me my ammo back, like, immediately. I can kind of go nuts with my bullets if I so choose. Okay, so that is a clearly fake passage and a lever. Sorry, a crack in the wall. large container. Empty except for a battery and bag of chips. Eat the chips. Okay. And the battery. Well, this ain't going so good. Okay. Insert battery, activate drill. Maybe not. Insert battery. Ooh, is that a little lunar buggy? Completely missed that. Yep. Some cables and more batteries? Don't know. Okay. Always be careful with batteries. Shoot the tire, says the game's author. That sounds reasonable. The detail. I don't know if they use oxygen-filled tires on the moon so much. Okay, replace the wiring. Activate the drilling machine. Uh-oh, is it gonna like go right through that wall? Oh man, sorry. Dear Diary, you are boring. I'm not going to write anymore. I'm going to take you up high and scatter you all over the moon like a meteor shower. That'll be more fun than writing. Goodbye, boring thing. Oh no, I don't like that idea of getting oxygen out of moon tires. Oh no, No. Oh, I might not have needed to do that. Well, they're not going to be fans of me. It's probably not good to breach buildings on the moon, on a moon. Oh, did I do this? Oh man, I feel very guilty. And we ruined everything. And the robot is taking all the ships, apparently. Do you know where the robot is? Yes, it's locked itself inside of that storage container over there. I was about to use this key printer I built to get inside, but then you decided to create a little earthquake and ruin everything. This equipment is very sensitive. Oh, there's the robot. Okay, let's try and make amends. Okay, Barry. Here's the deal. When you broke into here, two things went wrong. First, the motor got all messed up. It's that green and white thing over there. Open that red and white access door and I'll repair it. Second, when the motor broke, it fried the rainbow gems that are used to make the key. You're going to have to find 6 more of them to get this thing running. Bring them to me. So there you go. Repair the motor and find the gems. Any questions? Lots of questions. Where can I find them? There's one in an emergency shelter. That's all I know. How are you still alive? Okay. Ah, okay. Cyborg. What's with this robot? AI researchers believe that if an AI was to develop human-like intelligence, it needed to start with a childlike brain and develop on its own. This one is at its awkward tween stage. I tell you what, you think parenting is hard, but wait till you're forced to babysit a prepubescent robots. So this huge machine just to make a key? We don't need just any key, we need a purple key. Do you have any idea how difficult these are to craft? There's a reason they're exceedingly rare. Alright, so we have our quest. Okay, that sounds scary. You gotta get inside. And we're taking in a lot of scenery here. Okay, this one's red. Dumb fat fingers are of no use. Let's go back outside and explore down here. Or not. It won't let me go past that point. Let's try a different direction. Alright, always talk to plants. Good advice. Okay. Interesting. So I guess this looks like it's going to be a puzzle. Yep. Okay, so... well, let's actually figure out what my goal is here. Okay. Okay, well I gotta do the lunar combat thing before I can really do anything with this, I guess. Let's do that first, assuming I can find a way to get to it. I love these plants. Ah, okay, yes, that tracks. Teleporter. Alright, wish me luck. I am moving my hand over to the shift key so I can shoot better. Huh. Oh, yeah. Sorry if any of you get ads that I don't want to be on this channel. I have zero control over that now. Welcome to the future. That was a cool minigame. I did not have to shoot, though. They have strange ways of combat on the moon. Lunar Combat Preparedness card. Okay. Now we got some authorization. I don't think I do, because I definitely never said to run ads on this channel. I know I managed to get, like, partner or affiliate or whatever it's called, so I have, like, a button I can run an ad, like, manually. I think it's, like, actually injected into the video feed, so I think we're all just, like, doomed to have to put up with it, even if we're using, like, anti-scripting things. I want somebody to make something where it, like, because so many streamers have these layouts, like I always have these 3 columns on the right side, and just have it so it looks at the frame of video, and if it doesn't have the stream layout on, it just says, oh, this is an ad, and mutes it, because screw them. That being said, let's teleport back into the base and explore. I want to say, yes, this is actually definitely a bathroom. I'm slowly comprehending this. It's that classic ZZT mirror effect. There's a terrifying ZZT space toilet. Okay. This is very dangerous. With my combat training complete, I suppose I can work on this puzzle here. I need to remember how ricochets work. I would need... Okay, yeah, 1. So I need to make it shoot the other direction, so I need to flip this red one. Then green here. So I can just make it shoot itself? Yes. Then bright red, I guess? Okay, yeah, there we go. This is a modified version of the reconstructed ZZT. That's how I have this fancy HUD, which also has a display bug. If you were paying attention during the combat training, I have my Energizer cycles being displayed in the double exclamation point, which is supposed to be time. So that's kind of messed up a little bit, but it rarely matters because both of those are very rarely used, except in this game apparently. Okay, problem solved. Insert the card. Move through the airlock, even though we busted a giant hole inside the structure, so that's probably not great. Dear Diary, Barry is so sad today. I heard him mumbling about a missing photograph. I asked him what was wrong. He yelled at me. I don't like Barry. He's grumpy all the time and never wants to play. Hey, I think this is the robot's diary. I don't know if I'm supposed to know that yet, but that's my guess. Alright, time for a 50-50 gamble. I won. These cycles were in my favor. Ah, yes, let's just not learn anything. Okay, we did learn something. I love these little moon landscapes. is not a good spot to shoot north from. Come on, line. Up. The tight spaces are making this ZZT combat work out pretty good. Okay. So we're off the end of the path here to the scary rainbow gem place. Push rocks out of the way, leading to a large den. You see a rainbow gem in the corner. Okay, so I guess we got a boss fight. Look at that idle animation. It's very intimidating. Okay. This is scary. See, it's laying bare eggs. Ooh, I got him. Creature howls and falls to the ground. It's still alive, but the fight is over. Thank goodness. Aw. Aw. I'm sorry, Moon Bear. Baby bear carefully positioned so that the player cannot shoot them. Where did that bear come from? It was hiding. Okay, just checking. Well, that's one gem out of many. Okay, but how do I get here? Problem, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. It's the only other area I'm aware of existing. I've been very focused on like navigating these paths because you can tell their layout, but not super easily. Not in like a bad way. But it has meant that I completely neglected like the cool backgrounds here. Just a fork. Ah, okay. I see it now. Move into my bullets. They don't want to. And there's another hidden moon bear. Dear Diary, today I discovered something wonderful called singing. I found some singing on Barry's computer. I learned how to sing. Barry said I sound like a high-pitched Louis Armstrong. I think it means I sound good. Okay, that's a good sign. You save your game. Oh dear, okay. Well, I already sealed my fate. This is terrifying. There's just bears everywhere, and okay, many bears. Okay, I can't just play entirely aggressively, because then I will just end up shooting myself quite a bit. Okay, I think this is my stop. Thank goodness. Okay. Now I just have to not die to moon bears. Or miss my exit. I was not paying attention to that. Well, no, I'd have to get to the left because there's an exit there. That was a very pretty board, though. Wow. That's some good depth. And a good coast. Okay, I'm gonna get... This might take a bit. Okay, no, I can still catch it. Well... I think I'm safe. These are some fast lines, too. Lines are not supposed to move that fast. Don't know how I get back. Yeah, okay, I've been saving my game. Don't worry. Boulder Field. Nothing good here. Wait. What am I missing? How do I get inside of this? Oh, by moving one more tile south. So that's the shading in action. Okay, we can freely backtrack. That's always a good sign. Dear Diary, my new jetpack is working great. Today I flew so high I could see the curvature of the lunar surface. Barry looked like a tiny egg from up there. He looked so silly. Okay. Did that wrong. Did that wrong. These are some devious boulder puzzles here. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's pull the lever that I keep seeing as a lever, even though it's not a lever. Another drill. Oh, that's a relief. Is it? Well, I mean, I guess I can go up. So that's all that really matters. Alright, let's see. Yes, I earned that. That's 2, and some pliers. Let's see, how do I go south? Just like this, good. Caution! Pushing bombs too quickly while traveling along conveyors has been known to zap workers into oblivion. Take care. Nothing like an in-universe explanation of, hey, ZZT isn't gonna like what's about to happen here. And it's gonna be extra annoying because it'll probably soft lock. Out of curiosity, is there actually anything here that will detect if the player is destroyed? No. Okay. Well, let's just push a bomb through a transporter and see what happens. Great. Okay, new idea. Goodbye. Dear Diary, Barry thinks his ship is in my room. It's not. I broke it. I siphoned off its fuel and used salvaged parts for my jetpack. Don't tell Barry. He'll never play with me if he knew. Okay, so what did this actually do? Explosion doesn't seem to do much directly, but it made a bunch of lines. Oh, okay. Okay, it activates those things. Okay, I am limited to 1 bomb at a time, because now we gotta get creative with ZZT's transporter rules and position this bomb to change how this one works. I didn't actually want to go inside there, but I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Alright, let's see what this does. Ah, okay, that's not how transporters work, apparently. Because bombs are pushable. Okay, I think I need to time it. There we go. I'm liking this one. I feel weird kind of just abandoning that room, but yeah, why not? Dear Diary, why won't Barry ever play with me? Is there something wrong with me? I thought I was a well-made robot. Huh. Okay. What do we got here? Dear Diary, Barry still thinks his ship is in my room. He's building a key-making machine to break inside. There's some fuel left, but his ship is long gone. It's so funny. Okay, I didn't realize pushing the boulder was wrong. Now I know. I mean, I knew nothing good would come of me stepping on there. Good? I don't... understand. Okay, did like yellow. No, it doesn't like yellow. I have no idea what's going on with this. Why does it sometimes work? I would assume that these colors are, like, important in some way. I probably do need a hint, because I have zero idea why anything is happening that happens on this board. I get zapped. I mean, I see these 3 colored bars. I'm also on, like, a time limit. It's been a long time since I played Yuki. Okay, now, like, the green one moved up with it. So I don't have a green boulder, though. I have flashing colors. Red, yellow, is it and blue? Sure did, and this is why. Okay, so it makes a tone for each color. Okay. That was I was really focused on like the way those three colors here were moving and the fact that they didn't match up with the three colored boulders that I had. But we got a gem. We can go back to here. And into this scary place. Okay. Okay, these are at least color-coded. Let's get these ruffians out of here, maybe? How am I gonna get... Yeah. I really like that you can force creatures through transporters. I genuinely didn't know that was a thing. So they won't go through on their own, but you can push them against them, which is pretty neat. Well. Okay, so what am I doing here exactly? I need to... Okay, so I just really gotta time this out. So I want red to go in on 6. 7, 6. Okay, yes. So red on 6. Blue. Blue first. Well. Okay. That was correct. Why do I keep pressing the button? Ah, look what happened. I destroyed myself. Apparently, we soft-locked the game. I was warned, and it happened. Game over. So now I actually have to restart Zeta entirely. So I will go do that. This is, if you're playing with bombs and conveyors, you really got to have just an object in the corner that checks if there's no player on the board and turns into one. That way people can at least like quit out of the game. It's Because otherwise that happens, and that kind of sucks. At least it's faster these days than it is on like a DOS machine. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what I'm doing here. I already know I have to send them at like the same time. Oh yeah, all you need is the player is what like actually checks for keyboard input. So as long as there's a player on the board with a stat, it will let you do whatever. You'll still get other like screwy behavior because it's probably not the first stat, but it will let you at least press keyboard keys and be able to quit. Like, my brain knows what to do, and then my hands will not do what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, it's definitely, you just use the numbers on the bombs, yeah. Oop. Why didn't that do anything? I was there. Did I just time that wrong? I wasn't really looking at the blue bomb. Good enough. I lost count of rainbow gems. Wait, did I? Okay, no. Yes, no. Did I trap myself? Oh, that's right, I can just go out the other way. How many rainbow gems do I have? What have I not done, actually, at this point? I have 4. There's this thing. Oh, how convenient. Gems equals gems. Did not make that connection. I've just been, like, watching this flag counter go up and down. Oh yeah, I did get, like, pliers. Oh, that's right, there was the red console here. Well, that was an easy one. The thing on the shelf. What thing on the shelf? Oh, I also have a red key. I don't know what those keys do, but that was in the color room. Aha, space pipe. Yeah, so I gotta go back there with that key. I don't know what that other key did, so I have no idea what this one's gonna do either. Moving particles. Uh-oh. I was probably supposed to go inside there. Well, time for another zip replacement. Oop. Where's good enough? What a way to go. Wait a second. Oh, I think, did it actually stop me from firing during that? I was trying to be clever. Oh yeah, I can't shoot it without being inside that room. Phew. Okay. I thought those were like spinning guns that were going to shoot me, but they didn't. Lucky me. Well, okay. On the side, you should be able to remove the bolts you see under one of the piston thingies. Okay. Just repair the motor yourself. Once you repair it, we can move the thingy and you can reach the socket wrench. See those buttons? They move the green cable thingies. You need to align all the cable thingies in a straight line. Button mashing, I didn't understand that puzzle whatsoever. Well, I mean, I understood it, but I wasn't like focused. I was just playing with the buttons to get a feel for what they do, and I won, because I'm great. Motor starts up, and the socket wrench jiggles free. Look at that, I love that animation for the, I guess the pipe, whatever that is. Listen, don't compare me to a 5-year-old, that's very rude. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to open the door. There. That was the whole conceit of this. Hey, Barry. Why does your machine have a security system? Alright, we're almost through here, I think. Okay, found the gems. And we fixed the motor. Let's work some magic. Okay, let's confront this robot. There's a key to the storage closet. There should be a health pack inside. That's good. I don't remember where there was a storage closet. Also, that's a good Jurassic Park reference, is what that is. Oh, yeah, wow. The green door is right here. Oh, was that it? Was that what they all were doing, giving me health? That's what this one's doing. Yeah, that X looks trustworthy. Suture kit, okay. You enter the shipping container. The robot doesn't seem to keep the place very tidy. That sounds useful. Fuel drum, spaceship, scrap, spaceship, spaceship. My spaceship. Just before you grab your ship, the room goes completely black. You hear footsteps behind you. Do not press pause. That's a new one. Good lord! I am stunned by that. That was incredible, and it's probably not actually over. But wow! That was extremely impressive. Well. So, as he recently wrote up something, a guest article that he's waiting for me to get put up on the museum about doing his Bad Apple ZZT FMV thing. Oh no, that was definitely many, many boards. And I have been unable to work on converting this article to a museum one because I was told it has spoilers for this game, and now I see why. I'm sorry it took so long to get to this, Zephyr. I wanted to play this like a month ago now, almost. That's, man. That's unmatched. That really is. It is absolutely incredible what people are doing with this engine 30 years on, that it can still like astound so much. Yeah, I really want to get to that article now. Okay, but we gotta get to this. I gotta finish this thing up here. I mean, yeah, I want to get some questions answered. Sure, what happens if I lose your games? Okay, well, yeah, that's usually how it goes these days. Okay, what are we going to play? Okay, 6 boards. There's definitely like, yeah, firework board, big face board. I mean, depending on time, because I do have other things on a time limit that I actually need to do today. We might flip through this and Kev edit towards the end. But if we don't have time for that, I mean, absolutely check that sequence out in the file viewer, because I'm sure it's going to be a sight to behold there. Let's actually make sure real quick. That's it. Here's just a link to the game real fast. Okay. So if anybody wants to check it out after the stream, which, you probably should. Okay. Getting back into this. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Like, I have my board count estimates on the museum specifically, like, as a way to say, like, get an idea of how long a game is. And it's not very accurate when several boards are being used for that. Because, yeah, this game has, like, 60 boards total. But that was a big chunk of them there. Well, not a big chunk, but, okay. Enough of that. I'm going to press the enter key now. I'm good. Let's play some games with this robot. Oh. Wow. Okay, this Smash the Pede game, I remember this being posted on Discord ages ago now. I guess this is what it was for. On the other end of my room. It's longer than I realized. Of course it is, silly human. I'm do Smash the Pede. The game is played in a series of competitive rounds. Whoever smashes the most centipedes in a round wins the round and earns 1 point. If both players smash the same number of centipedes in a round, the other player earns a point. First player to earn 3 points wins the game. 1 centipede head is released at a time. Players have just a few moments to smash it before it disappears. Act quickly. Smash a centipede head, touch one of the objects. Before a new head appears, one of 4 sounds will play. I will demonstrate each of them for you. First sound means you smashed one, the robot didn't. Second means the robot did, but you didn't. Next is both. And the last is neither. Alright. This is not going well. That's the story of my life. At least I don't even have to restart. Well, I hope you're ready for an hour of Smash the Peed. The funny thing is when this just got posted on the Discord as like a standalone engine, I actually tried it, and I remember I won it easily. Oh, I didn't even think that I won one. Oh no, the bot got upgraded. That would explain it. Making a comeback. No. Nope. Oh lord, what's the save? We are gonna speed this up a little. No, I think I'm good, robot. Thank you. Okay, this, however, is going to be new to me. It's the other end of the container. Maze race. Okay, whoever reaches the maze end goal first wins the race and earns 1 point. Race is a tie, neither player earns a point. First player earns 5 points, wins the game. 2 identical random mazes are created at the start of each race. You may never run the same maze twice. I was about to say, like, oh yes, thanks to that recent article on maze generation and things, like this is gonna be houses and stuff. Each maze contains up to 9 invisible walls, so stay on your toes. Alright. Oh, that's... Shoot. Hall of the Mountain King, that's what that one's called. I kind of want to, like, actually listen and hear that. Oh my goodness, each one has a different track. They also don't get a lot of time to save. Okay, robot. Getting destroyed by these invisibles. Okay, I like this one more though. Let's try this again. Oh, that was like by a cycle. Oh my goodness. Let's speed that one up. I think it's just if you get one where you can just go straight right and straight down, the robot just kind of wins like that. Because the algorithm means each maze is going to have a set number of cycles to beat. Ugh. No, I just need one more. Yes, we win. Ah! Oh, okay. No. No, let's keep going, as in to the next game. This is very Yuki looking. Oh dear. Okay. Alright, I see what you did there. So we're checking out the life support just in case you don't need. Okay, I'll take a beating, sure. Whoa. Wild. Okay, it's definitely better to just hide, honestly. Since I don't have to defeat all the enemies. Oh yeah, this robot can go through the walls, but I sure can't. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, so it sounds like I can actually die at this point with this broken life support, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, well, I wanted to see if there was like a special reaction, but no. Not in this case. Uh-oh. I don't want to kill this robot. It's like a child equivalent of a robot. It made me kill the robot. I don't want to kill the robot. So I can't move. I'm being forced to move around, but I can also kind of move myself, so every time I line up with these stars, they disappear. Uh-oh. My ammo. I missed a star. One of them didn't disappear. You okay, robot? Uh-oh. Well, thank goodness. I was about to say that may have been the saddest ZZT game of all time just because of that bummer of an ending. But the child is okay. We did not kill the robot. Good ending. So, that was On a Distant Moon. And lastly, I mean, we're done here, don't get me wrong. But lastly, in addition to, these bajillion ZZT worlds to build up hype and the joke game and the actual game, this game's soundtrack is also included in the zip file in MIDI form. So I'm just going to say, stream's over, we're done here. I'll mute my microphone and we'll listen to that 5 minutes of audio, all 3 tracks. Liftoff, On a Distant Moon, and Play With Me. Actually, I'm going to guess that On a Distant Moon is the title screen theme and say that one should be first. I missed a big Easter egg. What purple thing? What purple thing? Hang on, I missed a big thing. What did I miss? Purple thing south of Earth Mover. DM2. Okay, there's definitely a board to the south, yes. Oh. Yeah, I guess I haven't been here. Aw. It's an homage. That's really good. Oh. Pardon? Let me try. Oh, that's an homage. It's really good. And now I will not hold the right key. I will just merely press it. 2 robots. Okay. I'm going to look at this pretty board again for a little bit. And listen to the soundtrack. Starting with On a Distant Moon, and then Liftoff, and then Play With Me. I'm going to assume that's the correct order. Well, that's the definition of MIDI. It's going to be different on every computer. But thank you all for watching. That was a fantastic game. That was well worth the wait. We also have upcoming the Oktoberfest games, which I'm sure I'm going to have to suffer through. But that was a ton of fun. And this one went on a little longer than a lot of them have been lately, but I think it was for good reason. So thank you all for watching. We'll be back in the future. I don't have a definitive date. Later.